on, homies? My name is TheJongasm, and for today's vidgasm, I'm bringing you guys another Star Wars theory. With The Force Awakens coming out later this week, I'm doing exclusively Star Wars related videos over the next couple of days, so make sure you stop by later this week for 113 things that you never knew about the Star Wars prequels. Now, today's theory isn't as controversial as the Darth Vader theory that I covered a couple of months ago, and it's not as popular as the Darth Jar Jar theory, but it does answer a question that Star Wars fans have been asking for a long time regarding Ponda Baba. For those unaware, Ponda Baba is the guy who mistakenly starts shit with Luke Skywalker in the Mos Eiseley Cantina, and as a result gets his arm cut off by Obi-Wan. He's also got one of the most defined chin dimples I have ever seen. The reason people ask questions about this scene is when Ponda Baba gets his arm cut off, it bleeds. This isn't something that happens anywhere else in the Star Wars universe. It doesn't happen to Anakin, Luke, Mace Windu, Darth Maul, Count Dooku, or any of the clones that Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda go to town on at the Jedi Temple. A lot of people I know credit the bleeding to it happening in the first movie that was released and George Lucas and the writers not yet having established the science and physics behind lightsabers yet. But there might actually be a canonical explanation. According to this theory, the reason that Ponda Baba bleeds is because he has a different internal anatomy. He has a different circulatory system than everyone who I listed, who are coincidentally all humans and humanoids. For those of you who aren't aware, humans have what is called a closed circulatory system. Blood circulates through the body via blood vessels like veins and arteries. We have a lot of internal flesh and organs which all get burned when a lightsaber cuts through, and the same goes for the blood vessels. By burning the blood vessels with a lightsaber, they close, which inhibits the bleeding. This is essentially the same as a practice called cauterization, which was used to close the wounds of amputees back in the day. This theory states that Ponda Baba has an open circulatory system, which is the same as spiders and insects and other arthropods. What this means is that the blood doesn't flow through the vessels, but instead is collected in larger cavities called the hemocoel. Essentially, Ponda Baba is a walking bucket of blood. Or I guess he would be a bucket with a bunch of smaller containers filled with blood inside it. So what this means is that a lightsaber might cut off his arm, but the hemocoel is too large to cauterize. Smaller vessels might be closed by burning the surrounding tissue, but not the cavity that they're stored in. I made some illustrations that might help explain the point a bit further if you're still not fully getting it or if my explanation just totally sucks. Forewarning, these pictures kind of suck as well. In the first picture, we've got an example of our anatomy. Think of our arms as a big pipe with a bunch of smaller pipes running water through them. When the lightsaber goes through, it essentially melts the pipes, effectively sealing them all so there's no spillage on either side. Therefore, it's a nice clean cut that hurts a shitload but isn't bloody. Here in the second picture is a simplified version of Ponda Baba's anatomy. Instead of the blood being transferred through smaller passages in his body, they're stored in these big cavities. When the lightsaber goes through his arm, it does burn it, but the cavity is just too large to be successfully cauterized, and therefore blood spills out everywhere since the hemocoel has to empty. Like I said, spiders, insects, and arthropods all have this type of circulatory system as well, and to add even more credit to this theory, Ponda Baba is listed as an Aqualish on Wikipedia. The Aqualish are arachnid aliens. With that, it seems like it would make total sense for him to have an arachnid-like anatomy with the hemocoel storing blood inside. And with that comes the end of the theory. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you let me know what you thought of the theory in the comment section down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you hate me for sharing it? If you liked it and still don't feel like commenting, you can always hit that thumbs up button. It takes about half a second and it lets me know you care. Remember, when you're done with that, you can also share this video with any of your fellow Star Wars nerds. Don't forget, if you haven't yet, to hit that subscribe button. I make 2 to 3 videos every week regarding conspiracy theories and little known trivia, and usually at least 1 video a month regarding Star Wars. And as always, I've got the links to my social media accounts in the description down below as well. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Go give those a like or follow if you're feeling it. Regardless of all that, whether you do all of it or none of it at all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate any support you can give. I hope you enjoyed this video. May the Force be with you, and I hope your vidgasm wasn't too messy.